Tomorrow is game day, and we have your all-access pass. The Packers have been getting healthier leading up to their first playoff game. Fox 11's Nicole Menner joins us now live right in the studio with a closer look at the matchup against the 49ers. Hi, Nicole.
Hey, thank you guys so much for having me on this morning. I love when I get to come on with you guys. I don't see you too often, so it's a treat for sure.
Well, thanks for coming in. Well, what's the mood been like this week with the Packers getting ready for the postseason? What's the mentality?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of excitement. You mentioned too how cold it is outside, and the Packers love the fact that it's so cold, especially because the remaining teams in the NFC, aside from the Packers, are California teams, a Tampa Bay team. They're warm weather teams, so they are going to get hit with a blast of cold coming in here to Lambeau. Packers have been outside all week practicing, adjusting to those temps. Of course, it's a mental thing too. But really, I think the mentality, Aaron Rodgers said it best this week, and granted, he's been in the league for so long, he's used to this. But he said the most important part is just not making it bigger than what it is. Right now, he said, you can't look at it as if it's some big game. You have to go into it with the mentality that you've had all season long. He said they've been good enough to get to this point. Why aren't they good enough to get past it? And that's exactly what head coach Matt LaFleur echoed too. He said that they're just kind of treating it like any other week, maybe just a bit more urgency. But yeah, the team definitely excited for game time tomorrow.
And the Packers beat them in week 3, but certainly it's a different team here. San Francisco on a tear lately. What's the biggest challenge for Saturday, tomorrow, for the Packers?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're in the playoffs, of course, there are a few challenges you have to overcome. But I would say that the biggest one with this Niners team is their ability on the ground. They have a guy like Deebo Samuel. He's a wide receiver, but he's kind of evolved into this type of running back as well. He's this dynamic, elite offensive weapon that we've really seen emerge in the second half of the season. The Packers were able to contain him back in week 3. He was essentially non-existent in the run game, but the Niners have started using him in such a different way. Over the last 8 games of the regular season, he has 53 carries for 343 yards, and that's on top of what he can also do in the receiving game. And we've seen the Packers defense be a little bit leaky lately. I think I go back to that Browns game on Christmas Day where they allowed over 200 yards on the ground, and the Packers just can't afford to do that. They have to be on top of their communication, they have to make their tackles, and they have to shut down Deebo Samuel. The Niners also have a rookie in Elijah Mitchell who has been having a really breakout season. He didn't play in week 3 either, so the Packers defense will have their hands full. And yeah, they have to be on top of Deebo Samuel because that guy is one of the top players in the league right now, and he definitely makes things very complicated for opposing defenses.
Well, and they've been getting some of their players back too. I mean, this week you hear every day one of the players back, some of them on defense. What kind of impact will that make tomorrow?
Yeah, over the last few weeks, I've lost track of how many players have come back from injury, whether that was some getting back in the final game of the regular season, the Lions game, or just returning to practice. And the Packers have had such bad luck with injuries all season long, right? Of course, you wanted them to be healthy throughout the season, but they're kind of feeling lucky that they're getting healthy right now as they head into playoffs. We can talk about the O-line really quick. David Bakhtiari is questionable heading into Saturday. He practiced just 1 of 3 days this week. So his status may be up in the air, but if he can go, they'll have him back. They have center Josh Myers back. They have right tackle Billy Turner back. That's 4 of 5 preferred starters on the O-line. That is huge going up against this 49ers pass rush. So the offense could be getting a boost. We've talked about Randall Cobb. He's back in the mix. He was activated off IR. Rodgers will have that weapon. And then defensively, Jair Alexander, Zadarius Smith have the potential to return. That's Pro Bowl players. You've missed them this season. Of course, the Packers have managed to get it done without them. But you want those guys out on the field. I think if they can play, they'll be used in situational circumstances as they still kind of get up to that playoff or the football shape. But certainly that will be a huge boost if any of those guys can go tomorrow.
Sure would. So what's the key to the game? To win tomorrow, Nicole, what's the key to the game for the Packers?
Yeah, well, you want your team to play a complete game. But that's a lot to ask for in the regular season. It's even more to ask for in playoffs when you're getting teams at their absolute best. I think one of the keys, in addition to that run defense and the defense being on top of its game, one of the keys is the offense just getting out to a fast start. Yeah. It's something that we haven't seen in postseasons past, and we haven't seen a lot of it this season either. First quarters This season, the Packers have struggled getting out to fast starts. So I think if the Packers come out tomorrow and they can put together some productive drives early on, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams doing what they do best, I think the Packers will be in good shape.
I think it would make the fans feel better too, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yes.
No heart attacks at the end of the game, right?
Exactly.
Let's just make it smooth sailing.
Thanks for joining us, Nicole. And I know you have a busy day tomorrow, so get some sleep tonight, okay?
Yes, I'm ready to go have some coffee right now.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Rachel.